You feel it, that ache, that gnawing emptiness. It's the quiet desperation of being unseen, of your voice a whisper lost in the roar of the world. You've poured your heart out, your gifts, your dreams, and met with silence. Invisible. That's the word that clings to you, a shroud you can't shake off. You see others rise, their paths cleared, their successes celebrated. You stand there, stuck, a spectator in your own life. The frustration builds, a slow burn. It eats at your spirit. This year, this is the year of your breakthrough. But first you must confront the pain, the deep wounding pain of being overlooked, the sting of rejection, the cold shoulder. It's not just a feeling, it's a cage, built brick by invisible brick. Remember the times you tried to speak, to share your vision, to offer your help, and the eyes just glazed over. The conversations shifted. You were there, physically, but in their minds you were a ghost, a phantom in the room. That feeling of being a burden, of taking up space that wasn't yours. It weighs you down. It crushes your confidence. It whispers doubts in your ear. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you don't deserve more. This isn't a gentle nudge. This is a spiritual war. And the enemy knows your deepest fears. He thrives on your invisibility. He feasts on your broken spirit. He wants you to stay small, to stay silent, to stay right where you are. But you are not small. You are not silent, not deep down. There's a fire within you, a divine spark, waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right command. This year, God has a word for you, a foundational instruction. It's not about grand gestures. It's not about flashy displays. It's about something far more potent, something that will unlock the chains, something that will shatter the silence. He sees you. He hears you, even when no one else does. He knows the tears you've cried in the dark. He knows the silent prayers you've offered up. He's been watching, waiting for you to be ready to receive his first most crucial instruction. The pain of being ignored is a powerful teacher. It strips away the superficial. It forces you to look inward, to find your strength where it truly lies, not in the validation of others, but in the unwavering truth of your own soul. You've been trying to break through walls built by others, by their opinions, by their indifference. But God's instruction is different. It's about dismantling the walls you've built within yourself. The walls of self-doubt, the walls of fear, the walls of believing you are less than you are. This instruction is the key, the master key. It's the first step on the path to your breakthrough. It's the foundation upon which everything else will be built. Without it, you'll keep banging your head against the same invisible barriers. Think about it. How much energy have you spent trying to get noticed, trying to prove your worth, trying to earn a seat at the table? It's exhausting, and it's often futile because you were looking for the wrong kind of approval. God's first instruction is a redirection, a recalibration. It's about shifting your focus from the external to the internal, from the applause of the crowd to the quiet knowing of your spirit. You are chosen, not because you are perfect, but because you are capable of immense growth, of profound impact. Your current state of invisibility is a test, a crucible, designed to forge something unbreakable within you. The pain you feel is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of potential. It's the raw material for your transformation. It's the fertile ground where God's word will take root and blossom. This year, you will not be defined by who ignores you. You will be defined by who you are becoming, by the strength you discover, by the power you unleash. And it all starts with this one divine instruction. It's so simple, yet so profound. It cuts through the noise. It silences the doubt. It reorients your entire being. It's the breath of fresh air your weary soul has been craving. You've been waiting for a sign, a miracle, a dramatic shift. But sometimes the greatest miracles begin with the smallest, most fundamental actions. Actions that align you with the divine will. Actions that prepare you for what's next. The feeling of being invisible can be paralyzing. It can lead to apathy, to giving up. But God's instruction is designed to do the opposite. It's designed to ignite you, to empower you, to remind you of the sacred power that resides within. This is not about luck. This is not about chance. This is about divine assignment. You are on God's radar. He has a plan, and this first instruction is the blueprint. Embrace the pain. Don't run from it. Let it refine you. Let it reveal the hidden strengths you never knew you possessed. Because within that discomfort lies the seed of your breakthrough. The world may have ignored you, but God sees you. He has a destiny for you, and He's about to give you the very first command. The command that will change everything. The command that will set you free. Listen closely. Your breakthrough begins Nasamo, with His very first word. The word that will transform your invisibility into undeniable presence. The word that will silence the critics and amplify your soul. Your assignment is clear. Your breakthrough is imminent. You've felt it. That quiet, that stillness. It's not emptiness. It's a sacred space. God's first instruction for your breakthrough this year isn't a loud command. It's an invitation to enter divine isolation. Don't mistake this solitude for abandonment. It's a deliberate setting apart, a holy quarantine. Think of the ark. Noah wasn't punished. He was protected. While the world drowned in its chaos, he was safe, sealed, preserved. This isolation is your ark. It's where you hear the whispers, the real instructions, the noise of the world. It drowns out the divine. It fills your ears with doubt, with comparison, with the opinions of men. But in this sacred pause, God's voice becomes clear, like a bell in the fog. It's a spiritual detox, a shedding of the unnecessary, the clamor of the crowd, the expectations of others. They are heavy chains. They bind you. They steal your momentum. Divine isolation breaks those chains. It's a spiritual pruning, like a vine that must be trimmed back to bear more fruit. The branches you lose might sting, but the fruit that follows, it's abundant. It's the breakthrough you crave. This isn't about being alone. It's about being with the one who matters most. It's about cultivating intimacy with your Creator, like a bride preparing for her groom. She withdraws. She adorns herself. She waits. Her focus is singular. Her anticipation is palpable. You are that bride. This isolation is your bridal chamber. The world calls it loneliness. God calls it sanctuary. They see a barren desert. He sees a fertile ground, a place where seeds of destiny can take root, uninterrupted, undisturbed. The desert blooms, but only for those who dare to enter it, who trust the one who led them there. This is where your strength is forged, not in the cheering crowds, but in the quiet wrestling. Like Jacob at Peniel, he fought all night, alone, with God, and he emerged transformed. Limping, yes, but with a new name, a new purpose, a divine blessing. Your struggle in this isolation, it's not a sign of defeat. It's the forging of your victory. You are being shielded, from the premature attacks, from the envious eyes, from the distractions that would derail your destiny. It's a divine buffering, a protective bubble. You are being kept from what would kill you, so you can live out what God intended. Think of the wilderness, Moses, 40 years, not a punishment, a preparation. He learned the language of the wild. He learned the rhythm of God's provision. He learned patience. He learned leadership. He was stripped of his Egyptian status, his comfort, his past, and he was made ready for the greatest liberation the world had ever seen. Your wilderness is your proving ground, your training academy. This sacred space is where you rediscover yourself, the real you, the one God designed, before the world left its fingerprints, before the compromises chipped away at your edges. In this quiet, you meet the authentic you, and you meet the God who loves that authentic you, unconditionally. It's a recalibration, a resetting of your internal compass. The noise of the world spins you in circles. Divine isolation points you north, to your true north, to God's perfect will. You were never meant to be tossed about like a ship without a rudder. You were meant to sail with divine guidance, and that guidance comes in the stillness. Stop fighting it. Stop yearning for the noise. Embrace the quiet. Lean into the solitude. This is not a detour. This is the direct route to the breakthrough, to the purpose, to the life God promised. Your divine isolation is the birthplace of your miracle. Trust the process. Trust the provider. Trust the one who has set you apart for his glory and for your unstoppable rise. God's first instruction for your breakthrough this year. It's called divine isolation. This is not about being alone. It's about being set apart. You feel it, don't you? That quiet whisper, that pull away from the noise. It's God's gentle hand guiding you to a sacred space. Think of a seed. It doesn't sprout in the crowded marketplace. It's buried, alone, in the dark earth. It's in that solitude that its potential is held, protected, nurtured. The world outside is full of storms, winds that can uproot, rain that can drown. But in the soil, the seed is safe. Its growth is unseen, but it is happening. Divine isolation is your spiritual soil. It's where your spirit germinates. It's where your purpose takes root. It's not a punishment. It's a preservation. God doesn't isolate you to punish you. He isolates you to protect you. He shields you from the thieves of your destiny, the whispers of doubt, the distractions of the superficial. These things can drain your spiritual energy. They can dilute your focus. They can steal your divine assignments. When you are in this sacred space, you are like a warrior in training. You are not being cast out. You are being prepared. The silence is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is filled with God's presence. It is a sanctuary. In this sanctuary, you learn to hear His voice clearly, uninterrupted. The world screams, God whispers. You need the quiet to discern the difference. This separation is a refining fire. It burns away the impurities, the attachments that weigh you down, the compromises that dim your light. It's like gold being heated in a furnace. The dross rises to the surface and is removed, leaving pure, radiant gold. You are being purified. You are being strengthened. This isolation is a shield. It deflects the arrows of discouragement. It deflects the lies that try to penetrate your faith. When you are surrounded by everyone, you are vulnerable. Your weaknesses are exposed. Your insecurities are magnified. But when you are set apart, you are fortified. You are building an inner fortress, brick by spiritual brick. This is where your resilience is forged. Your faith is tested and proven. Think of the desert prophets. They were in isolation, vast empty spaces. But it was there they encountered God in the most profound ways. It was there they received their divine mandates, their world-changing messages. Their solitude was their power source, their connection to the Almighty. You are not meant to be tossed about by every wave of human opinion, every cultural trend, every fleeting emotion. You are meant to be anchored to the solid rock of God's truth. Divine isolation is that anchor. It holds you steady. It allows you to see with spiritual eyes, to understand with divine wisdom. It's where you shed the old skin, the limitations that no longer serve you. It's a sacred shedding, a necessary rebirth. You are becoming something new, something more. This process can feel lonely. It can feel like a void, but look deeper. Feel the presence. The stillness is not a sign of abandonment. It is a sign of intimacy. God is closer than ever in these moments. He is holding you. He is shaping you. He is giving you the space to hear His heart for your life. This is not a time to beg for company. It is a time to embrace His companionship. He is your ultimate companion, your truest friend. He is the one who truly knows you and loves you in your rawest form. So when you feel that pull to step back, to be quiet, to be alone with Him, embrace it. Don't resist it. Don't fear it. This is God's instruction. This is your breakthrough. This divine isolation is the fertile ground for your breakthrough. It's the incubator for your dreams, the crucible for your character. It's where you learn to walk by faith, not by sight, by divine revelation, not by human validation. It's where your spiritual muscles are built. Your capacity for God is expanded. You emerge from this space transformed, stronger, wiser, more aligned with your divine purpose. This is not a season of exile. It is a season of exaltation. You are being raised up. You are being prepared for a higher calling. The world will try to pull you back in. It will tempt you with belonging, with acceptance. But remember the lesson of the seed, the lesson of the prophet. True growth happens in the quiet. True strength is forged in the solitude. This is your time, your sacred season. Embrace the divine isolation. It is your protection. It is your preparation. It is your pathway to breakthrough. You feel it, don't you? That quiet ache, that whisper in the soul. It's the call to a sacred space, a place apart. They call it isolation, but it's not a prison. It's a sanctuary. God's first instruction for your breakthrough this year isn't about joining the crowd. It's about leaving it. It's about stepping into the wilderness, not to be lost, but to be found, to be refined. Think of a seed. It doesn't sprout in the bustling marketplace. It falls to the earth. It's buried. It's alone. Darkness surrounds it. It's a form of divine isolation. But in that solitude, transformation happens. The hard shell cracks. New life emerges. Powerful, unyielding. This solitude is your protection. It's a shield against the noise, against the distractions, against the opinions that try to mold you into something you're not. The world pulls you in 1,000 directions. It offers cheap imitations of fulfillment. It feeds you illusions. Divine isolation strips away the superficial. It peels back the layers of conformity. It forces you to confront yourself, the real you, the one God breathed life into. It's like a potter with his clay. He doesn't work in a busy street. He retreats to his studio. The hands that shape the clay are steady, focused, intimate. He molds, he forms, he fires. The heat is intense. It can feel like suffering, but it's this fire that hardens the vessel, makes it strong, makes it useful. Your isolation is God's studio. He's at the wheel. The heat of this season is the fire that purifies, that strengthens, that prepares you for what's next. Don't fear the quiet. Don't resent the absence of others. Embrace it. It's where your true strength is forged. It's where your unique purpose is revealed. Consider the eagle. It doesn't nest with the sparrows. It soars alone, high above. It sees the world from a different perspective. It hunts with precision. It lands with grace. Its power is in its solitary dominion. You are called to a higher flight, to a different kind of vision. This season of being set apart is not a punishment. It is an empowerment. It's the divine intention to prepare you, to equip you, to launch you. The world will tell you that connection means being surrounded. That success is measured by your following. They are wrong. True connection is with the source. True success is aligned with His purpose. This isolation is a sacred covenant, a promise of intimacy with the divine. In this quiet space, you hear His voice clearly. You understand His plans. You feel His presence like never before. It's in this aloneness that you discover your deepest reserves, your hidden talents, the unshakable foundation of your faith. You learn to depend on Him, not on the shifting sands of human approval. The enemy wants you scattered, divided, weakened by the crowd. He thrives on your distraction. He rejoices when you lose your way in the noise. But God's strategy is different. He calls you to stillness, to reflection, to the secret place of the Most High. This is where your breakthrough begins. Not with a bang, but with a whisper. Not with a fanfare, but with a profound sacred solitude. It's in this space that you shed the old skin. The fears, the doubts, the limitations you've carried for too long. This is the shedding of the serpent reborn into power. This divine isolation is the fertile ground for your miracle. It's the incubator for your destiny. It's the refining fire for your spirit. When you feel the pull to retreat, don't fight it. Lean into it. This is not abandonment. This is appointment. God is bringing you closer. He is making you ready. He is setting you apart for His glory. Your breakthrough is not in the multitude. It is in the mystery. It is in the sacred soul-stirring divine isolation. This is His first instruction. Are you listening? Are you obeying? This is where your transformation begins. This is where your power is unleashed. This year, a breakthrough. It starts with this: God's first instruction. It's not a battle cry. It's not a grand plan. It's a whisper, a gentle pull towards the quiet, towards the sacred space. Divine isolation. Don't mistake it for exile. It's not banishment. It's a sanctuary, a consecrated ground. God sets you apart, not to punish, but to protect, to purify, to prepare. Think of the desert fathers. They fled the clamor, not from fear, but from fullness. They sought the crucible of silence, to forge their souls, to hear the divine echo in the vast emptiness. This isolation is a shield, a spiritual force field. The world with its incessant demands, its glittering distractions, its siren songs of compromise, they chip away at your spirit. They dilute your purpose. They dim your divine light. When God calls you to this stillness, He's building a fortress around your heart. He's creating a sacred enclosure where your faith can grow, unhindered, undefiled. It's like a sculptor isolating a block of marble. He doesn't discard the rest of the quarry. He selects the purest stone. He chips away the imperfections, the rough edges, the hidden flaws. He works in solitude with intense focus to reveal the masterpiece within. You are that masterpiece. And God, the divine sculptor, He isolates you to carve out your destiny, to refine your character, to temper your spirit in the fires of solitude. This solitude is not loneliness. It's a profound communion with the one who created you. It's where you learn your true identity, not defined by others, not shaped us by circumstance, but by His unwavering gaze. When the world feels overwhelming, when the noise is deafening, when you feel lost in the crowd, remember this instruction. Seek the sacred pause. Embrace the divine separation. It's in this holy quiet that you hear the blueprint for your breakthrough. It's in this consecrated space that you receive the divine strategy. The enemy thrives in chaos. He breeds confusion in the crowds. But in the stillness, his power wanes. His whispers are drowned out by the thunder of God's presence. Divine isolation is a holy honeymoon, a sacred season of intimacy, where your love for God deepens, where your trust in Him solidifies. It's a refiner's fire, burning away the dross, the anxieties, the insecurities, the limiting beliefs. It leaves behind the pure gold of your faith, the unshakable bedrock of your soul. Don't fight it. Don't resent it. Don't try to escape it. Submit to it. Surrender to it. This is where your strength is renewed. This is where your vision is clarified. This is where your purpose is ignited. Think of a seed buried in the earth. It's isolated. It's in darkness. It appears to be lost. But within that isolation, a miracle is taking place. It's breaking open. It's pushing towards the light. It's preparing to bloom. You are that seed. This divine isolation. It's the fertile ground for your breakthrough. It's the darkness that precedes the dawn. It's a protective cocoon, not a prison. It's where your wings are formed. It's where your transformation occurs. Before you emerge, stronger, brighter, ready to soar this year, God's first instruction is to embrace the quiet, to find your sanctuary, to understand that being set apart is not a punishment. It is the profoundest protection. It is the most powerful preparation for the breakthrough He has ordained. It is the sacred space where your divine destiny awaits. The world screams. It demands your attention, your time, your energy. It promises fulfillment, but it lies. God's first instruction for your breakthrough this year: divine isolation, a sacred separation, not a punishment, a protection. Think of the potter's wheel. The clay is pulled from the earth. It's messy, vulnerable. It needs the potter's hands to be shaped, to be refined. The world is the rough earth. It throws mud. It tries to break you, to mold you into its own image. An image of compromise, an image of fleeting pleasure, an image of despair. But God calls you aside, into His quiet workshop. This is divine isolation, a deliberate setting apart. He pulls you from the chaos, from the noise, from the corrosive influence. It feels lonely at first. The world whispers doubts. You're missing out. You're being left behind. This is punishment. But it's not. It's preparation. It's preservation. Imagine a precious seed. If left on the surface, it withers. It's eaten by birds. It's trampled. But when buried in the darkness, it's protected. It's nurtured. It gathers strength. It gathers life. Divine isolation is that sacred burial. God buries you in His presence. He shields you from the storms, from the hail of criticism, from the scorching sun of comparison. He separates you to preserve you. like a surgeon isolating a wound to heal it, to prevent infection, to make it whole again. You are that wound. The world has wounded you with its expectations, with its judgment, with its constant demand to be more than you are, more than God made you to be. God's isolation is his scalpel. It's his sterile environment. He cuts away the infection, the relationships that drain your spirit, the habits that dim your light. He sets you apart to cleanse you, to purify you, to make you ready for the breakthrough, for the purpose he has designed. Think of a pilot before a critical mission. They go into a simulator. They are isolated from distractions. They practice. They train. They prepare. They are set apart for a specific purpose. Your divine isolation is your spiritual simulator. God is your instructor. He is teaching you his ways, his strategies, his strength. He's showing you the contours of your calling, the depths of your resilience. He's teaching you to hear his voice above the clamor, to trust his guidance when the path is unclear, to find your rest in the stillness. This separation is a sanctuary, a holy ground where your spirit can breathe, where your soul can mend, where your faith can grow, uninterrupted, uncompromised. The enemy wants you exposed, vulnerable. He thrives in the noise, in the confusion, in the superficial. But God's isolation is your armor. It's your fortress. It's the walls he builds around your heart, around your mind, around your destiny. When you feel the pull to re-engage with the world's demands, when the loneliness tempts you to seek validation elsewhere, remember this. This is not abandonment. This is intentional. This is divine. You are being set apart like an offering, unblemished, ready for his altar, ready for his purpose. The breakthrough is coming, but it requires a prepared vessel, a refined spirit, a soul that has learned to dwell in his presence, away from the din, away from the deception. Embrace this sacred space, this holy stillness, this divine isolation. It is the fertile ground for the miracle that God is about to birth in you. This is your assignment, your first instruction. It's not about a date, not about a number. It's about your spiritual mission, the one God whispers in the quiet, the one you feel in your bones. This year, it's not about climbing. It's about descending into the heart of what's broken, into the places you've tried to forget. This is where your breakthrough lives. Darkness is not your enemy. It is your forge, the crucible where your true power is shaped. Think of the deepest night. The stars shine brightest then. They are born in cosmic fire, in the crushing weight of immense pressure. Your soul is no different. You've been running from the shadows, from the things that haunt you. But the shadows hold your strength. They hold the keys, the lessons you refuse to learn, the resilience you never knew you possessed. This year you turn around. You face the darkness, not with fear, but with a fierce, unyielding resolve. Remember the times you felt lost, utterly alone. Those were not dead ends. They were sacred spaces, incubators for your spirit. In the silence, God was speaking. In the struggle, he was strengthening you. He was carving away the superficial, revealing the diamond within. Your spiritual mission is not a hobby. It is not a side project. It is the very essence of your being. It is the reason you are here, to bring light to the forgotten corners, to heal what has been wounded, to rise above the ashes of your past. This inner power, it was always there, dormant, waiting for you to stop running, waiting for you to embrace the storm. The storms you weathered, the nights you thought would never end. They were training, rigorous training, building a fortitude that cannot be broken. God's instruction is simple yet profound. Go into the darkness, not to be consumed by it, but to conquer it, to find the hidden treasures, the wisdom that can only be found in the depths. Your breakthrough is not a gift handed to you. It is a victory earned, forged in the fires of your trials. Look at the great figures of history. Their greatest moments came after their darkest hours. The desert experience, the wilderness, the exile. These were not punishments. They were divine appointments. Opportunities for transformation, for the birth of something monumental. This year, your spiritual mission calls you. It demands your courage, your willingness to walk where others fear to tread, to speak truth in the face of lies, to offer hope where despair reigns. This is your calling. This is your power. The darkness has a purpose. It strips away the pretense, the masks you wear. It forces you to confront yourself, to see your raw, unvarnished truth. And in that raw truth, God's grace finds its entry point. Your breakthrough begins not with a bang, but with a surrender. A surrender to the process. A surrender to His plan. This inner power, it's not loud, it's not flashy, it's a quiet strength, a knowing, a deep conviction that no matter what comes, you will endure. You will rise. You have already survived the worst. You have already walked through the fire, and you are still standing, stronger, wiser, more resilient than ever before. Your spiritual mission is your purpose. Your mission is your breakthrough. And that mission begins in the darkness. By embracing it, by understanding its power, by allowing it to refine you, to remold you into the person God designed you to be, the person capable of extraordinary things, the person ready for their breakthrough. This is your first instruction. Heed it. This is your assignment, your first. This year, God's instruction for your breakthrough. It's not about what you chase or what you conquer. It's about the mission, the spiritual mission, whispered in the quiet, ignited in the fire. It's the purpose you were forged for, the reason you're still standing. Darkness comes for everyone. It's inevitable. A storm of doubt, a blizzard of fear, a suffocating void. But in that void, something shifts, something awakens. You discover a power you never knew you possessed. It's not born of comfort or ease. It's born of the struggle, of the breaking, of the relentless push. Think of the diamond, formed under immense pressure, crushed, heated, transformed. So too are you. The trials you face, the pain you endure, they are the forge, shaping your spirit, refining your soul. They reveal the resilience within, the unyielding core, your spiritual mission. It's not a gentle breeze, it's a hurricane. It demands everything. Your courage, your faith, your unwavering commitment. It's the calling that echoes. When the world falls silent, when your strength feels depleted, that's when it speaks loudest. This power forged in darkness. It's a weapon, a shield, a beacon. It's the quiet strength that rises when you're pushed to your limit. It's the voice that says, I will not break. It's the fire that burns when everything else is ashes. This is your assignment, to embrace the darkness, to understand its purpose, to find your mission within it, not to escape it, but to own it, to let it sculpt you, to let it strengthen you for your breakthrough. This year, it starts in the crucible. It starts with recognizing the power that was always there, waiting for the darkness to reveal itself. This power, it's ancient, it's divine, it's yours. It's the quiet warrior that sleeps within your soul. And the assignment, the God's first instruction, is to wake it up, to let it roar, to let it guide you through the shadows, towards the light, your breakthrough. It's not a gift, it's a conquest, wrought from the fires of your trials and the unwavering pursuit of your spiritual mission. This is not a drill, this is your life. This is your calling. This is your breakthrough. You stand at the precipice, the edge of everything you thought you knew. This is not a test. This is a calling. Your assignment, your first instruction. A divine whisper in the roaring chaos. It's about your spiritual mission, not the one you've built with your hands, not the one that gleams with worldly success, but the one etched onto your soul, the one that burns in the deepest chambers of your heart. This year breakthrough isn't found in the light. It's forged in the dark. The shadows you feared, the valleys you've navigated, they were not hindrances, they were crucibles. Think of the sculptor. They don't begin with polished marble. They start with raw, unyielding stone. They chip away. They reveal. The masterpiece is hidden within. So too is your power. It's not given. It's uncovered. Darkness. It's a word that sends shivers. It signifies the unknown, the absence of light. But in spiritual terms, it's so much more. It's the fertile ground, the silent space where seeds of destiny are sown. When the world went quiet, when the familiar crumbled, when you felt utterly alone, that was the beginning, the true beginning. You were stripped bare. Your defenses fell. Your illusions shattered. And in that raw vulnerability, something extraordinary awakened. An inner power, untamed, unseen. It's the resilience that refused to break, the flicker of hope that refused to die, the quiet strength that carried you through when you thought you had nothing left. This power wasn't manufactured, it was revealed. It's the divine spark within. It's your inherent ability to overcome, to endure, to rise. You've been swimming in the deep end, facing the monstrous waves. You learned to breathe underwater. You learned to fight for every single breath. This is not a metaphor. This is your lived reality. The lessons learned in those desolate places, they are your arsenal, your wisdom, your spiritual armor. The scars you carry are not marks of defeat. They are badges of honor, proof of your survival, proof of your strength. Your spiritual mission calls you to acknowledge this power, to embrace it, to wield it. It's not about conquering the darkness. It's about understanding its purpose. It's about recognizing that the very challenges that threaten to consume you were the architects of your becoming. The stillness, the quiet desperation, the moments you cried out into the void, those were the moments of creation. The moments your spirit was being refined, burned clean, purified. This year, your breakthrough is tied to this understanding, to this deep, profound knowing. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a warrior forged in the crucible of your trials. The power you possess is not borrowed, it is yours. Born from the ashes, grown in the barren land. It is the echo of your spirit's resilience. Your first instruction is to look within, to the spaces where you felt most broken, to the moments you felt most lost. That is where the true treasure lies. That is where your spiritual mission finds its roots. This is not about grand gestures. It's about quiet surrender. It's about fierce acceptance. It's about recognizing the divine hand that has guided you even when you couldn't see it. The darkness was not an enemy. It was a teacher, a harsh, unforgiving teacher. But its lessons are invaluable. They are the keys to unlocking your next level. Your spiritual mission is to integrate these lessons, to weave the tapestry of your life with threads of resilience, courage, and unwavering faith. The power developed in the darkness is the fuel for your ascent. You are ready, more ready than you know. The path ahead may still hold shadows, but now you carry your own light. You are the architect of your breakthrough. This year, your breakthrough. It starts with a divine directive. God's first instruction. Not a whisper, a thunderclap, a spiritual mission. You've been in the dark, felt the weight, the crushing pressure. Many would break, crumble to dust. But you are different. You are forged in that fire, that darkness. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation, a crucible, burning away the doubt, the fear, the limitations you once accepted. It refined you, tempered you, inside you now. A power, untamed, untapped, born from the struggle, nurtured in the silence. It's the echo of your resilience, the roar of your spirit refusing to yield. This mission, it's not about comfort. It's about impact. It's about stepping out of the shadows, not tentatively, but with a force that shakes the earth. God's instruction. It's simple, yet profound. It requires everything: your courage, your faith, your willingness to be fully alive. Think about it. The storms you've weathered, the nights you thought would never end. Each one, a lesson, a building block for this moment, for this purpose. You possess a unique light, one that only emerged because you faced the deepest dark. You know its contours, its power. You've learned to navigate it, to even command it. This spiritual mission, it's your mandate, your calling, the reason for the trials, the justification for the pain. It's where your breakthrough lies, not in avoiding the struggle, but in embracing it, using its energy. You are not the same person who entered that darkness. You are stronger, wiser, more potent. You carry the scars, but they are badges of honor, proof of your survival, proof of your strength. God sees that strength. He's not asking you to do the impossible. He's asking you to do what only you can do. Unleash the power forged in the night. This is your moment, your divine assignment, to rise, to shine, to fulfill the purpose for which you were tested, for which you were transformed. The world needs your light, the kind of light that can only be born from the deepest shadows, the kind of light that guides others out of their own darkness. Embrace this mission. Own your power. Let God's first instruction be the catalyst, the ignition, the beginning of a breakthrough so profound. It will redefine everything you thought was possible. Your breakthrough. It's not a gift, it's a consequence, a reward for your endurance, for your refusal to be extinguished, for the inner fire that burns brighter than any darkness. This is your spiritual warfare, your divine strategy, to step into the light, not alone, but with the power of God flowing through you. A force unleashed, a destiny claimed. Your breakthrough begins, and now, this is your assignment, your first instruction for your breakthrough this year. God's decree. It's not about comfort. It's about mission, a spiritual mission. You were built for more than the ordinary, than the mundane. This year, you step into it, your divine purpose. It's calling you. The darkness you endured. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. A forge, forging your spirit into something unbreakable. Think of the deepest night, the absolute black, where you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. That's where you learn to feel, to sense, to hear, the whispers, the true guidance, that inner power. It wasn't given to you. It was awakened in the crucible, in the silence, when the world outside faded. and the world within roared. You found strength you didn't know you possessed, resilience you thought was impossible, hope that flickered, then blazed. This mission, it demands that power, that refined spirit. It's not for the faint, it's for the warrior, the one who has stared into the abyss and refused to blink. Your spiritual mission, it's your calling, your reason for being. It's etched into your soul, waiting to be unleashed. The world needs you, not the version that hides, not the version that shrinks. It needs the version forged in fire, the one that carries the light from the deepest dark. This year, no more hiding, no more playing small. Your breakthrough is tied to this mission. It's the key, the unlocking. Embrace the mission. Own the power. It's yours, earned, developed, proven. The darkness was the training ground, the spiritual boot camp. It stripped away the superficial, the distractions, the noise, leaving only the essential, your core, your spirit, your mission. Now you are ready to step out, to fulfill, to conquer. This is God's first instruction, not a suggestion, a command. For your breakthrough, your destiny, your spiritual mission, it awaits. Go, fulfill it. The mission begins. Not with a trumpet blast, not with a grand unveiling. It starts in the quiet, in the hollow spaces, where doubt whispers its poison, where fear grips your throat. This is the forge. This is where your spiritual mission is born. God's first instruction. It's rarely what you expect. It's not a map. It's not a promise of ease. It's an invitation to the dark, to the unlit corners of your soul, where the real work happens, the darkness. It's not an enemy. It's a crucible. It tests your mettle. It strips away the pretense, the masks you wear for the world, for yourself. It reveals what's truly within, what's truly unbreakable. Think of the seed buried deep in the cold, silent earth. It doesn't see the sun. It doesn't feel the rain. It exists in darkness. Yet within that darkness, a power stirs, a relentless drive to break through, to reach for the light. Your spiritual mission is that seed. It's planted in the unseen, in the struggles you face, in the moments you feel utterly lost. That's where its potential lies dormant, waiting, ready to erupt. The inner power. It's not a gift bestowed. It's a muscle built through resistance, through the grit of enduring, through the refusal to surrender. When everything screams at you to quit, that's when you discover its true strength. You're walking through fire, and you don't get burned. You get refined. The dross is consumed. The pure gold remains. That's the power God is forging in you. Now, in this season of trial, this isn't about finding a path. It's about becoming the path. It's about trusting the unseen forces that are shaping you, even when you can't comprehend them, especially then. The breakthrough, it's not a sudden event. It's the culmination of countless battles fought in the dark, of silent prayers whispered into the void, of unwavering faith when logic dictated despair. God's instruction is simple. Endure, believe, and know that within the deepest night, your greatest power is being awakened. Your spiritual mission is unfolding. It's already begun. You just have to see it, feel it, embrace it. The darkness is not the end. It is the beginning of everything. This is your assignment, your first. Your breakthrough begins now. It's not a suggestion. It's a divine directive. God's first instruction for your breakthrough this year. It centers on one profound truth: your spiritual mission. Forget the noise, the distractions, the endless scroll of what others are doing. This year, your focus narrows. Your purpose ignites. It's about the divine spark within you, the one that's been waiting for the darkness to reveal its power. Think about it. The deepest forests, they thrive in shadow. The most potent medicines, they are often extracted from the earth's hidden depths. Your greatest strength, it was forged in the crucible of your own trials. In the moments you felt lost, broken, alone, those were not setbacks. They were the laboratories of your soul, the forge where resilience was hammered into existence. The darkness you endured, it wasn't punishment, it was preparation. It was the fertile ground for your spiritual mission. God doesn't waste suffering. He refines it. He transforms it. He uses it to reveal the unshakable power already residing within you. The power that can shatter limitations. The power that can rewrite your destiny. Your spiritual mission is your unique contribution. It's the imprint you are meant to leave on this world. It's the melody only you can sing, the light only you can shine. And that light, that melody, it was amplified in the silence, in the struggle, in the moments you had to dig deeper than you ever thought possible. You developed an inner compass, tested, true. You learned to trust your gut, to discern truth from deception. You built an unyielding faith, not a passive hope, but an active, defiant belief in your own capacity to overcome, to create, to ascend. This inner power, it's not borrowed, it's not given, it's earned, forged in the fires of your own human experience. It's the quiet knowing, the unshakable resolve, the ability to stand firm when the world around you crumbles. Your spiritual mission requires this power. It demands it. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for the warrior, the builder, the healer, the one who understands that true creation happens when you rise above the limitations of the physical, when you tap into the infinite. The darkness taught you patience. It taught you perseverance. It taught you the art of the quiet climb. You learned to celebrate the small victories, to appreciate the dawn after the longest night. You discovered the profound peace that comes from knowing you are capable of weathering any storm. This is not a metaphor. This is your reality. The inner power you possess is a direct result of the challenges you've faced, the darkness you've navigated. It's the sharpened edge of your spirit, ready to cut through the obstacles, ready to carve your path. Your spiritual mission is calling you. It's not a whisper. It's a roar. It's the culmination of everything you've been through, every tear shed, every battle fought, every moment of doubt overcome. This assignment, it's to embrace that power, to own it, to unleash it, to understand that the strength you found in your darkest hours is the very force that will propel you into your breakthrough. This year, right now, your mission awaits. Your power is ready. This year, your breakthrough. It starts with a divine directive, a celestial whisper. Your first assignment from God Himself. It's not about grand gestures, not about public acclaim. It's about the quiet unfolding, the internal revolution. This is your spiritual mission. You've been in the dark. Haven't you felt the pressure? The suffocating weight? The world felt like it was closing in, a relentless storm. But in that darkness, something was forged. A fire was lit, deep within your soul, a power you never knew you possessed. The shadows taught you resilience. They sharpened your senses. They stripped away the superficial, leaving only the essential, your core being. You learned to see in the blackness, to navigate by instinct, to trust the unseen. That's where true strength resides, not in the sunlight, but in the crucible. This power isn't given, it's earned. Through trials, through enduring, through refusing to break. It's the quiet hum of survival, the unwavering pulse of hope. God's first instruction is simple. Acknowledge this power, own it, this inner fire. It's your divine inheritance, your weapon, your shield. The world wants you to be small, to fit in, to conform. But your mission is to rise, to shatter expectations, to become the person you were always meant to be. This power, developed in the darkness, is not for hiding. It's for shining. It's for illuminating the path forward, for yourself and for others. Think of the deepest valleys, the most desolate landscapes. It's there that life finds a way, that growth is most profound, that beauty emerges from hardship. You are that life. You are that growth. You are that emerging beauty, forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by the winds of challenge. Your spiritual mission is to unleash this power, to let it flow through you, to direct its energy towards creation, towards healing, towards transformation. Don't underestimate the battles you fought, the nights you spent staring at the ceiling, the tears you shed in silence. Those were not wasted moments. They were the building blocks. Each scar is a testament. Each wound a lesson, each moment of doubt a chance to reaffirm your faith in yourself, in the divine plan. This year, your breakthrough. It's not a matter of luck. It's a matter of alignment, of hearing the divine call and answering with courage. The power within you is immense. Untapped potential, a sleeping giant waiting for the signal to awaken, to roar. God's first instruction is to recognize your own strength, to understand that you are equipped more than you know for the journey ahead. The darkness was not your enemy. It was your alchemist. It transformed you into something stronger, something more radiant. Embrace the legacy of your struggles. They are the foundation of your future triumphs. They are the proof of your indomitable spirit. Your spiritual mission begins now with this realization, this profound understanding. You are a force of nature, destined for greatness.